Okay, so here's my June big garden walkthrough. It's June 6th, and my garden's going great. A lot of stuff is going pretty good. I'm starting from the top side of my garden on the hill, and here you can see I got all kind of tomatoes coming in here. Tomatoes everywhere now. My garden is shaded out several hours of the day. I only get like between 3 and 5 hours of good direct sunlight from my tomatoes, which is terrible. So I've been adapting for years for that. But this year, the weather just, I don't know, everything just worked out. I got flowers and tomatoes everywhere now. Normally I would single stem these, but I don't have a lot of time this year, so I'm trying to like do it the best I can, try to keep the bottom opened up so I get some airflow and less diseases. But I haven't been single stemming as good as I usually do. I don't think that has anything to do with the amount of tomatoes I'm getting this year, because quite frankly, it started putting on flowers before I even had to start single stemming them. It's just a really good year. These are my paste tomatoes. I did Olpolka paste tomatoes this year instead of the Romas, because the Olpolkas are like supposed to be twice the size, and so far they're looking pretty good. My cucumbers are starting to come in here. Planted actually 2 rows of cucumbers and only 1 row came in. I got a few scragglers up front that came in, but that's all right. I think I'll be all right with the 1 row. And my potatoes are still going phenomenal. They're pretty much exactly the same. I was having some problems with the slugs, but they're doing pretty good. Some potato flowers there. That's cool. Potato flowers. And then these are my New York tomatoes. They are a determinate variety, semi-determinate variety, because sometimes they're listed as determinate, sometimes they're not. But I find they put off one good haul, and I'm getting it right now. And here are my peas. We're getting past pea season here, so they're starting to dry up, and I'm letting them kind of go to seed. Okay. And here's more tomatoes. Now, I don't normally label where I'm putting stuff because I do so few varieties of tomatoes. For instance, I'm doing two different cherry tomatoes, Sweet Millions and Sunglobe, and they're 2 different colors, so you can tell them apart. And then I just have plain cherry tomatoes over there. Those are my dad, but because of what's going on, I didn't get to give them to him. But he very specifically likes plain old cherry tomatoes, so I threw 3 in there. But the Sunglobe and the Sweet Millions you can tell apart real easy because they're 2 different colors. And then I have Mortgage Lifters and Brandywines are my 2 beefsteak, and obviously they're very different tomatoes because of their colors and sizes. And then I have the paste tomatoes, which are a different shape. And some years I've done Oxheart tomatoes. I've done, but always different shapes or different colors, different sizes. So I just don't even bother with labeling because I could tell when they're mature what kind of tomato they are. And then here we go, and I have some stuff along the fence here. That's not really doing too well because this is a badly shaded area, but there's a few tomato plants you can see. And I threw some beans here. They're not doing too well, but they're doing... A couple of the plants are doing well, but I planted way more, and I was hoping for a bigger haul of beans than this, but, it was kind of extra anyway. Okay, over to my pumpkin patch. The pumpkin patch is looking beautiful. It looks like right out of a cartoon with the yellow brick road and these giant cartoon looking leaves from the pumpkins. And it's coming out exactly like I was hoping it would come out. I'm gonna take a little walk up here. And there's been a few pumpkins. Let me see if I can spot a pumpkin real fast. Never see them when you want to see them, but they're here. There's quite a few little pumpkins starting. Yeah, I'm only seeing male flowers right now. Without going too crazy. Now I'm having a few plants where the leaves are wilting here and there. I don't think it's squash vine borer because I've inoculated all these with BT. It's a bacteria that actually deters squash vine borers. But maybe one or two of the plants do have it. I'll have to go in. I haven't found any soft spots where they could have invaded though, so I'm optimistic. Oh, here's one. Here's a little, that's a little, it's either, I think that's a pumpkin. It's either a pumpkin or an acorn squash. I'm probably going to have some weird hybrids because I put them so close together, but, you know, both tasty, so I'm okay with that. Oh, here's another one. Oh, this guy, I don't know if that one's going to make it, but that's another one. Right in here into the bottom spot of my garden here. And the side again, another really shady spot over here. My garden is funny because depending on even the month, it changes month to month. Some spots will get like 7 hours and some spots will get like 3 hours and they'll be right next to each other. Here's my herbs. My sage is doing great. That is, what is it? It's oregano. That plant is not doing as good, but I split it into 3 plants, so it's actually not doing too poorly considering that I chopped up the roots pretty bad. And that's sorrel. That hasn't taken off as good as I want, but again, I'm not getting as much sun as I like. And my carrots got so top heavy that they fell over. These are carrot flowers. And these will all turn into carrot seed. Now, next time I do this, if I do decide to collect carrot seeds, which is not something I have done before, I will not let so many carrots go to seed because this is a lot. I did not realize how many carrots I was letting go 2 years. See if I can get past here now. And over here, these are my Jerusalem artichokes. I planted 5 and I count 16 stalks that came up. So I'm hoping for a good harvest of those. Anyone who knows about Jerusalem artichokes, they are invasive. So you gotta keep on top of them. But they produce a lot of food. You know, that's not a bad thing necessarily if they produce food, you know. And my onions, these are also 2nd year onions. They're going to seed. They're all going to seed. You can see that. That's pretty cool. And here is my bed of lettuce, which is looking pretty poor, but I mean, I harvested this pretty heavy and there's still some lettuce going on here. And again, it was doing okay because it was shaded, but now I think it's towards the end here. And I got beans going up on the trellis. You see a couple purple flowers, a few white flowers. I got a couple different varieties of beans going. It looks like the beans didn't take off on this trellis. Oh, there's 1 or 2. Oh, there's 1. All right. And then again, extra tomatoes that came down this year that I have just trellised on a stake with some cardboard to keep the grass down. Again, I've had problems with slugs because of this. The slugs have just been terrible this year, although they started out fine. I think because I gave them a good spot to breed in here, that's what's happening. You can see I got tomatoes, little tomatoes everywhere. They're all coming in. And again, I don't know what these are. I'll find out when they're mature. You know? Some of these have fallen over. I'm gonna have to come back and redo these. And some tomatoes against the fence These ones are severely shaded out too, so that they're not really putting too much on. And then over to my squash, where we get a little more brighter spot on my garden here. And normally I do early prolific green summer squash zucchinis, but this year I wanted to do yellow ones because I heard they produce more than early prolific. But obviously they're not early, so I haven't gotten any yet. But they look like, I mean, I'm already seeing female flowers all over my plants, and I've got quite a few plants here. And this is my mustard going to seed here. So going to seed more of these. And then my other lettuce bed, which is going to turn into an herb bed when the lettuce gave up, but this lettuce is going pretty strong. I'm pretty surprised, to be honest with you. Half of it went to seed. You can see a lot of it kind of, but then some of this lettuce is going pretty tough here. So I'm happy that I still have lettuce, but this was all going to be basil. So I don't know. I'll have to put basil in pots, I guess. Here's more peppers. You can see my pepper plants. Oh, I didn't show you the peppers up at the top. Those came back great. Maybe I'll just peek through the fence and I'll show you those. I was starting to get worried because of all the slug damage. I don't mind a little bit of slug damage because it makes the plant stronger, but it was getting a little crazy. Here's more. And again, I'm mixing sweet and hot peppers, which is not a good idea because peppers crossbreed so easily. So you end up with hot bell peppers and bland jalapenos. But it's kind of just a mad dash to get everything out this year. You can see these are all my pepper plants and my eggplants, which are also doing great. And a lot of these, my last big video, were just bare stalks with nothing on them because they had been eaten so bad. And now they're huge plants, just huge plants. I'm doing a lot better. Well, it looks like, hold on, wait, here we go. I spoke too soon, here we go. Some of these are probably past gone. I mean, I'm gonna let them go because I don't have anything else to put out here, but I think it's a little late in the season. Maybe we'll get something by September, you know, if I'm lucky. But, I mean, that's one little patch. And here we go, look, just a little bit farther down, and we're back in business again. You know, look, there's a nice flower on that eggplant. And then one last thing before I go. My raspberries are starting to come in. Look at that little guy, that little raspberry. And I got a whole bush full of them here. And they look great. I did have one. It was a little tartar than I would have hoped. But I hesitate to leave the raspberries on because of all of the little critters that want to steal my raspberries. And I don't have the biggest patch. It's just this one little bed here. And this took years. This bed took years. This is the third year. You know, I was hoping it would produce at least the second year, but no. So here we are. And now it's putting up shoots everywhere. I got shoots everywhere. It's 3 or 4 feet out. I'm getting shoots that I have to mow down. I might have to consider even moving this bed just so it has more space now. All right. Thank you. Bye.